So what are the causes of water stress in the Middle East? The causes are a few. One is, blame Mother Nature, right? It's just the hydro-climatic conditions in the region. More recently, in the last few decades, climate change, of course, right? So, for example, droughts are not new, they're not unusual in the Middle East, but with climate change, droughts have been lasting longer and they're more intense, drier, right? And, human mismanagement of water resources, for example, over-extraction of groundwater supplies is a common problem across many, many countries in the Middle East. Food production takes anywhere between 70 to 90% of all the water that we consume. So, moving on, population growth, right? Rapid population growth in some countries, such as Egypt, Palestine, Yemen, and Sudan, poses a problem. Believe it or not, the following cause may surprise you. Rising quality of life poses a pressure on, or is a stressor to water, on water. How so? Because as poor people have more cash in their pockets, they tend to change their diets from more vegetable-based diet into a protein-rich diet. And most people around the world, with some exceptions, love a big, thick, fatty steak. And steaks tend to be extremely water intensive. Some of you may have a 1 liter bottle of water, and a liter bottle of water, you can imagine, imagine this being a 1 liter bottle of water. You need 15,000 liters of water to create 2 pounds or 1 kilogram of beef, right? 15,000, right? Bottles of 1 liter water, right? 15,000 liters. And you need 1,500 liters to create the same weight in grain. So rising quality of life and protein-heavy diets, leading to protein-heavy diets, is a stressor. And migration. Folks in rural areas tend to want the better quality of life in urban centers, and as a result, the spread of urbanization is resulting in the loss of arable land. Arable land is farmable land. Okay, the consequences of water scarcity, some of the consequences, so there's water scarcity if it's persistent, right? If there's a persistent drought, not a one summer drought, if there's a persistent drought, it results in economic decline. And if there's economic decline, people lose jobs. And if they lose jobs, some pack up and leave, right? Immigration. And in some instances, especially when you have weak state institutions, you cannot have, adaptation to the scarcity becomes harder to do, right? So people become upset. There's social frustration. With social frustration comes more immigration. In many cases also, people go to the streets, they protest, and it can lead to political instability and potentially, in some cases, water wars or civil wars. So for example, the civil war in Syria that started in 2011, one of the triggers for that civil war was water scarcity.